Yeah, I don't know, that Georgetown team had some injuries early on and getting some key players back. They remind me a little bit of Dayton. There was a team that had a 4-game losing streak in January when they had injuries, but they've been healthy since, and they come into tournament play a 9-1 straight up, 7-2 spread run. And when you look at their resume, pretty good balance, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. They're 4th at defending, the 3 and 6th in points allowed in the conference. And when you look at their overall play, they lost to Baylor early on just by 1 point. They have a win over Gonzaga. We saw what Gonzaga did in Vegas in the tournament. They beat Gonzaga 84-79. They split with St. Louis. So when you look at their overall body of work, it's starting to look a little better. And you want to look at teams that are hot coming into the tourney. Boy, Dayton's on a red-hot run right now. I would be a little bit worried if I were playing Dayton, some other coach.
No, Dayton's on this list as the last 4 in. They've played their way into the tournament with this stretch run, and I agree. I'll tell you who else has played their way in, and they're a dangerous team right now. Arkansas, this is an NCAA tournament caliber team. The problem for Arkansas was they could never win on the road. They had a phenomenal, just disastrous losing streak in the SEC, and then they finally beat somebody on the road. And it's funny how one game can make all the difference in the world, because they got rid of that psychological burden. They threw in a bad game against Alabama at the end of the season, but that was just a terrible flat spot for them, coming off some really big wins. And they just had a bad game. That's a team I don't think I'd want to face in the NCAA tournament. And they could be a factor in the SEC tournament. Obviously, Florida's the favorite in that league, and there's a couple of teams that really need wins. But that Arkansas team's scary right now.
Hey, Dave, I'd like to bring up one team that you mentioned earlier, but we went right past it. Talk about Tennessee.
Oh, I like them.
This team has a lot of capability. They can do damage, and nobody ever brings them up. Nobody talks about them. They're like the little ugly kid sitting in the corner. This team can play some basketball.
Well, Ken Pomeroy, who all the announcers on TV, all of them, use his stuff now, because it really is phenomenal in terms of breakdowns, field goal percentage, pace, efficiency, stuff like that. He's not a handicapper. And, it's funny, people that are gamblers, they get so locked into point spreads sometimes. It's like, well, how much for his play? Well, he doesn't have any plays, okay? He doesn't have any plays. He doesn't make selections. But what he does is it provides incredible data. If you handicap college basketball and you don't use this stuff, well, you're not giving yourself the best chance to win, just like the fast facts we're going to talk about in a minute. He's got Tennessee, and this is based on the metrics. Now, you can look at this 2 ways. He's got Tennessee right now as his number 13 team in the country. That's how good this team is playing. Now, that could be taken 2 ways. One is that they're underrated. Or 2 is that Quanzo Martin, their coach, maybe hasn't gotten what he should in terms of wins and losses based on the metrics that they've put together. And I have a tendency to go that route. I think this team is that talented and is that capable and has lost some games that they should simply not have lost. They're a last 4 in team right now, which means they have to do some business in the SEC tournament. A first-round loss for them would probably knock them out. That, to me, tells me that the coach has not gotten the most out of his talent. That's another good way to gauge what coaches are doing. I want to close on this before we get to the offers, and that's the fast facts. Because, again, there's just a lot of... You can have the best opinion in the world, but if you don't have actual numbers to back it up, you're probably going to lose. These are times when data does matter. And your opinion certainly gets factored in along with that. But, Jim, those fast facts at this time of year, now that you've got a full season of data to use in coming up with these numbers, boy, they're strong.
Well, I've been using them for a long time. A lot of people do not understand all the numbers that are there. There are seven different ways of creating power numbers, power ratings, if you will, on each team, and I have them incorporated in the fast facts. Now, obviously, I created it, so I know how to use it, and it's free on the website, jimfeist.com. Just go there, click on fast facts, click on the day you want to look at, and if you want to expand it, click on the team, and it'll expand, give you the whole log for the entire season. And it gives you the power rating of the team they played at the time they played them. It gives you, it's tremendous information. Go there and take a look at it. It gives you history. It gives you variances. When you look at how they do home and away at the bottom of the sheet, it's all there. I use it every day. There's no question. I use it in football. I use it in basketball. I do not use it in baseball. We don't create it in baseball. But it works for me. Now, you talk about Ken Palm, and there's other people out there that create power ratings and different things that they do. But Ken Palm looks at the metrics, offensive rebound and defensive 2-point, 3-point stuff. It's all very valuable.
Yes.
But you are not going to win money just with numbers, in my opinion. And the reason for that is very simple. The bookmaker's looking at the same stuff, and they're making adjustments. So when you get down to this time of the year, we all know as much as we all know about these teams, and we have power ratings in every situation. And you have to break it down further than that if you really want to win, because laying 11-10 against the bookmaker, and he knows the same stuff you know, you're probably not going to come out with much of a profit. But if you can find situational games, motivational games, depth games, coaching issues, that's how you break it down. So when you start looking at one game, it's not looking at a power. I made it 8 and they made it 6, so I'm going to bet the favorite. No, you don't. That's not going to work. That may work back in October, November, when the numbers are really soft. They're not soft anymore.
No.
So, we all know what they are, and the bookmaker knows, the odds maker knows too. So you got to go through a lot of stuff to figure out what's happening in these games. Who's coming back? Who's injured? Who's playing better? What guard was limping around? Whose 3-point shots are going in? And all things you got to dig into each game, and there's 300 games out there that you got to look at. It takes a long time. It's 12 hours a day for me at this point. And when the Final Four is over, I'm going to say, whew, man, I'm going to finally get some. Now I can get some sleep, because it's easy in the NBA. You only have a couple teams to worry about every day, and especially when they get down to the playoffs. This is tough, but I enjoy it, and it's always been really profitable for me.
Well, hopefully it's going to continue to be profitable. We expect it to be, and again, great offers to take advantage of. Mine is a combination of March Madness in basketball, as well as my first month of the baseball season. Technically, you're paying for the first month of the baseball season, $49. All my action plays through April 30th in baseball, but included with that is the entire March Madness package in basketball. You'll get every one of my action plays in all the college basketball tournaments, not just the NCAA. There's money to be made in the little dances as well. In fact, you can find some stronger situational stuff on those in many cases in terms of teams that want to be there and teams that really don't give a rat's behind. And if you don't think that matters, boy, it does, believe me. So the March Madness package plus the baseball package, $49 for everything at 1-866-896-1629. That's 1-866-896-1629. Mr. Vegas, college total of the year, John, going on Saturday.
The tourney total of the year. That's right. You get 7 days of service, NBA and college with Mr. Vegas. 7 straight days going to include that blockbuster tourney total of the year. All this for $15 from Mr. Vegas. 1-866-896-1627.
And Jim, similar offer to mine. And Saturday, you've been crushing it on Saturdays. So people are going to make back their very small investment basically right away with this.
Well, yeah. I mean, unless you're betting one small grocery dollar a game, if you're betting anything substantial, you're going to win some big money. We've been doing very, very well. We've got an NBA and college hoop package through April 7th, $49. You can start winning right away just by calling 1-866-841-1655. You can always come here to the website. We have a lot of offers there for you to purchase each and every day. That's jimfeist.com. Just make the phone call to get that special package, 1-866-841-1655. And don't forget, if you want free winners each and every day, Just text winner to 313131.
All right. I think we're done with this round of Pro Line. When we do this next week, we will have a field of 68 to talk about in the NCAA tournament. I can't believe Selection Sunday is just about here already. It's just
no time to sleep.
It's amazing. Jeez.
It's incredible how fast it goes when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, either that or just where I think I'm on that slippery slope where everything goes fast now. It's all downhill from here. All right. That's
I
it
know
for
about
us.
that.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
This stuff keeps us young. All right, that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. For John Gritton and Jim Feist, I'm Dave Koken. Pick some winners, and if you can't pick them on your own, make sure and call us. We'll see you later.